Hello everybody, Accureye here, and welcome back to another Accureye Talks video. And in today's video, I thought we'd talk about a bit about weapons and of course the classes behind each character and stuff. And characters like Ivy who are a bit more technical and advanced. And in this case, I guess most of the talk will be about why characters are known to be advanced, or even for the most part being a bit more on the more difficult side. Now, for some people this may come as a surprise, but easy characters are easy because they have a load of power and a load of things that make it easy for them to just if you will, beat everyone. Whereas if you get to a more intermediate character, like for instance, someone like for instance 2B, who is a DLC character on of course Soul Calibur 6, then you're going to find that they have pretty decent power, pretty decent health, and they're fairly decent when it comes to having combos and moves to use. Advanced characters like Ivy are a bit more technical. They don't have moves that they could spare. They don't really have moves that would lead into massive just ease of use. They're not very user-friendly for new people. And for new players, I would say that they're probably not that user-friendly. This does make the appeal of a certain character lower, but I wouldn't discourage you if you were to use an advanced character, because while advanced characters like Ivy, or even characters like Astroth, for instance, are a lot harder to use and they're a lot harder to learn, when given enough time and when you know what you're looking for and what you're doing, they are fairly decent. They are a good enough character that you could almost guarantee yourself at least a few victories over time. And, I mean, it's a learning process, don't get me wrong. Everyone will have to learn these new characters, will have to learn these characters, will have to learn their fighting style, and, all that jazz. But in general, of course, if given the time to know and learn these characters, learn their playstyles, learn pretty much anything and everything about them, you're going to find them to be a fairly decent play style for you. They're going to be fairly good. They're going to be someone that you'll maybe come to rely on in some degree, maybe. Potentially. Now, I'm not saying they will be a character you will rely on. They will be someone you are going to use all the time. But, I mean, given the time, give or take, you will find that characters like Ivy, characters like Taki, characters like Astroth, if given the time, will actually have some decent, if you will, some decent playability. Now, obviously also Vodo is a bit more of an advanced character, but we don't talk about Vodo. And most of us in the FGC, or most of us Soul Calibur players, we don't talk about Vodo because he's a broken character. He's been kind of the BS character, the broken character since the beginning, or since he was at least introduced. Thus making it kind of a, we don't really talk about him because obvious reasons. Just because obvious reasons. But, you get my point, I hope. I hope you get my point and why we don't talk about characters like Vodo because, I mean, let's face it, they are the bane of Soul Calibur in many ways. Let's face it, in many ways, they are the bane of Soul Calibur. So, yeah. But, given everything, overall, advanced characters, or, the so-called named advanced characters, are not someone that you should be worried about. I mean, if you are kind of one of those players who are just getting started on Soul Calibur, by all means, use a beginner character like Nightmare, use a beginner character like Siegfried. Most of them are super powerful, have a lot of health, and they don't require a lot of skill to learn. It's the same with Street Fighter when you think about it. You know, they don't have a lot to learn. You don't have to worry too much. But give or take, you know, in the end of the day, it's all based on, you know, how you feel comfortable. Well, I wouldn't suggest anyone ever, you know, just flatline on going with one character that they love. For instance, you know, Nightmare, as a point of interest. You know, you'll want to make sure that you have a decent, you know, a so-called decent playstyle. A decent, you know, if you will, you know, champion to work with. You don't want to be stuck in a loop, I guess, is what I'm trying to say here. And, you know, you don't want to be like that person who kind of is like, well, I'm good with Nightmare, why should I ever exceed or change my, my playstyle? Point being, if you do change your playstyle, or if you do try something new, you may realize, hey, I actually like this playstyle. I actually like using this character. Why didn't I try using this character before? And the rebuttal to that, and the answer to that is, why didn't you try it before? You know, it's like, you know, you think about it, how come you didn't try it before? What was stopping you from trying it in the past, you know? Why didn't you try it in the past? Because, I mean, that's just the thing about these advanced playstyles. Often enough, I've seen it to where characters or players, you know, get into their comfort zone. And there's nothing wrong with being in your comfort zone. Obviously, you'll see me in my comfort zone using characters like 2B, and obviously for many reasons, 2B is kind of my main character. So, it makes sense that, to me, obviously someone like 2B would be a go-to character. But, in some degree, it's kind of also a, why didn't I leave my comfort zone before? What was the reason I didn't leave my comfort zone? And I think it's just because you get used to these characters. You get to know these characters, and usually for your main character, if you do decide to extend out your knowledge, I guess you could say, it becomes hard to, of course, have that point of, well, I mean, you know, I want to learn every character. And there's a good thing to learning every character. By learning every character, you know their tricks. You'll know the frames. You'll know exactly what activates what, how everything works. And in that case, of course, you know, that makes you more knowledgeable to everything about, you know, the game. And thus, of course, also makes you a reliable character, reliable source of information. But, I mean, you know, that's just my thoughts. Those are just what I'm thinking, what I've been considering, and, you know, these are just my thoughts about, you know, learning these certain types of characters, these certain, you know, people that, you know, may not get touched, and obviously they don't get touched. But with that being said, thank you everybody for joining me today on this video. If you like this video, you know what to do. Hit the like button, get subscribed, hit the bell notification because I know you want to know when my next video drops next. Thank you everybody for joining me today on this video. I am live on Twitch at www.twitch.tv/Accureye. I'm live on Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday for sure. I am currently trying to be live more often on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, and potentially Sunday. Sunday will always be a bonus stream, so you never know. It's always up in the air. But Monday and Tuesday, and I've been kind of regular currently on giving you a stream, so I'm going to try to continue that. Monday and Tuesday will always be about on the 2 to 3 hour stream, give or take. Of course, and then Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday, I try to do a 4 to 5 hour stream. But with that being said, thank you everybody for joining me today. And until the next one, everybody, this is Accureye, signing out and saying, farewell, everyone.